So today I'm in the kitchen, just kind of sitting on the kitchen floor because right here behind me in this cabinet is where I keep my stainless cookware. Now I decluttered my kitchen over a year ago, but if I'm being honest, I kind of skipped over this stainless cookware. I just kind of moved on to other things. I mean, I opened the cabinet doors and was like, all of this stuff I love and I use. I spent a lot of money on it. I'm just gonna move on. And so I decluttered things like Dutch ovens and cast iron skillets, the ones that I was not using. I think I kept one Dutch oven and sold the other two at my yard sale last year. I think I decluttered like 5 Lodge cast iron skillets because I have the Martha Stewart ones with the enamel coating on the outside. Love and use those because those I feel like are easier to use, easier to clean, easier to maintain. And so I had those and I sold the other ones on Facebook Marketplace. But when it came to my stainless ones, I kind of held on to those. And after a year now of not using several pieces and just kind of having this unorganized mess, I'm kind of sick of it and I'm ready to declutter. So taking a look in here now, I haven't changed a thing for the camera. I wanted to show you this is how it normally looks. And so you can see this may not look bad to some of you, but to me, I'm normally a neat and organized person and I don't like the fact that I have things in here just kind of nesting inside of one another, like stacked up. And I can't store things with the lid on, so therefore I have to stack the lids up. And so when you want to get a certain piece out of here, you're having to unstack things and, you know, search for your lid. I want to have everything just have its own place. So I want to just take everything out, do a little decluttering, put everything back in here, have its own place, and store everything with the lid on. So I have all of the pieces out on my kitchen table. I gave everything a quick little clean because some of the pieces were a little dusty, but you can see how much. It is a lot. I have too many. I don't use all of this. Now I've collected these pieces. Some of these here are more than, 15, 16 years old. Some of these pieces are newer from a set that I got a few years back, the all-clad copper core. But some of these pieces are older. They are the Emerald collection that paired with all clad, again, that I've had for like 16 years. And so they're good quality pieces. So I'm really happy with all clad. I really won't have to buy any more cookware as long as I live, and I can probably pass these down to the next generation. But these over here are some that I think I'm going to declutter. Some of these pieces are just too big. You see them in the store, they look cool. You get them home, you never use them. I prefer this smaller size, just easier to use, easier to clean. And just some of these pieces look similar in size and shape. I don't need like 4 large saucepans with lids, so I'm going to declutter some of these. They're in very good shape because I did not use them a lot. And they are very high quality, so I will go ahead and sell some of those on Facebook Marketplace. So my plan is to go ahead and get some of these pieces back in my cabinet and just see how it all comes together. I want to get a little organized. So I gave the cabinet a quick little wipe down, kind of cleaned it up in here, added the skillets back on their little organization, little shelf. That works great. And then this little rack here, I kind of pulled this in. Don't know if I'll use it or need it, but it should maximize the space in here if I need it. So I have everything in here, and it's good to go ahead and have all of your cookware clean so that you make a place for it and you don't realize that you have other dirty pieces in your dishwasher or something, or in your sink, that you need to try to fit in here. So this is all that I decided to keep. I have the lids on and I'm kind of loving this layout, but I do have some extra space here at the bottom, and I'm not sure that I even need this organization little rack. So I want to see it now without it. So here it is with that little shelf or rack removed, and I think I like this better. Both ways is gonna work, but I don't think it's necessary. I can fit all of the pieces in this cabinet. Everything has a space. I can store things with the lid on. When I need to reach in and get something, I can pull it straight out. I don't have to move other pieces around or unstack things. Now, if you have a smaller space, of course you can use something like that organization rack. It may work for you. Now, the more and more I declutter, I've realized that I need less and less little pieces of the little organization stuff. That piece that I just shared with you, that little rack shelf thing, that I purchased probably a couple of years ago to use in a different location of my home. But the more and more that I've decluttered, I don't even need it now in that location, because the less stuff you have, the less things that you need to use to organize them. And so I brought it in here. And I could use it, but it really, like I said, is not necessary. But you may find some of those things really helpful if you have, a smaller kitchen or less a space to store your cookware. So you may need some of that to maximize the space that you have, and that is totally fine. And I have something I want to share with you really quickly. If you do have that wasted space, in your cabinets, let me show you. Now, one organization thing that I love and have used for a few years now are these under shelf baskets. You can get these in a lot of different places. This one was at TJ Maxx for $4.99. This one is a medium size. I think they had them in large and small, so you can get them in different sizes. If I find an Amazon link, I'll put that in the description below. But I've purchased them from several different places. I have them in a few places in my home. I have two already here in my kitchen. I have one above where I keep my aluminum foil and plastic wrap. Those things kind of are down low, and above that is just some wasted space that I needed to store like oven bags or crock pot liners, and I think I have little plastic to-go cups, just a few little random things that I need to put in my cabinet, and so that is a great space for it. Also, I store my KitchenAid stand mixer attachments, so the paddle attachment, the whisk attachment, the dough hook, those things, I need a place for them instead of taking up space in another drawer, a space that I don't have in this kitchen because I don't have a pantry and I'm having to store, pantry items and just everything I use in my kitchen. I wanted to maximize that space, and they work perfectly in that under shelf basket. And so another place that I actually use one of these baskets is in my utility closet, where I keep my cleaning supplies and my broom and vacuum cleaners, things like that. I use one of these to hold my microfiber cloths, paper towel, stuff that I use for cleaning, my trash bags for the bathroom, and I just love it. I think it does maximize the space, keeps things nice and organized. And here's another example, and the reason I actually purchased this under shelf basket was for this location. Above these iron skillets, again, there's just wasted space not being used, and I can store some stuff in here. Now, this is just an example of just having some chips here or popcorn. You can kind of slide that in here, or other pantry items. You get the point. So it does allow you to store things, and I don't have things sitting in the way when I open the door, things falling out or making it difficult to get out these iron skillets. So I think, again, it works great in this situation. Now, I'm loving the way that this turned out. Everything has a place, has a home. When I remove something, take it out, use it, I know where to return it when it's finished to stay nice, neat, and organized. And so this is going to work perfect for me. Now, could I have decluttered further? Probably. Could I live with less cookware if I had to? I mean, yeah. If I had a smaller, space to store my cookware, would I have decluttered more? Probably, to make it function as well as it does now. So, everybody has a certain space to store their cookware, and so you have to keep what fits, what works for you. Now, don't worry about what other people are doing. Some people say, I only need 2 or 3 pieces of cookware and that works for me. that would not work for me. I cook a lot in this kitchen. I'm in here every day cooking, using this cookware. This is a working kitchen. Me and James rarely eat out. James probably eats out like twice a year, if that, because of his gluten allergy. He don't want a chance getting sick, and so he likes to know what's going in his body, and he likes to eat healthy and all of that. And so we just cook a lot at home. So I love and use the, you know, pieces that I decided to keep, and this is what works for me. So do what works for you. If you have a smaller kitchen and have to declutter more to make a function nice for you, that is fine, but don't feel like you have to have a certain number or do what others are doing. So guys, I hope this has encouraged you to declutter your cookware, get in there, make the space work for you, get rid of that excess stuff that you do not use. If you would like to see more of my decluttering videos, you can check those out now, and I will see you later. Bye. What is up with this crazy hair? It's dropping.